What's up, everybody? Eli Wire here, salute you wherever you are post-workout. A lot of you guys asked me to geek out and give you my opinion about a picture that surfaced merely a week ago. It was on Hani Rambod's Instagram. For the anywhere, Hani Rambod is probably by all measures the best pro trainer as we speak, right? You get a lot of them out there. You get Dennis James, training Big Ramy and some others. You got, of course, the other Lebanese guy, what's his name? George Farah, right? I think Hani Rambod is also Lebanese, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, George Farah trains for the Anwar Kai Green, right? He does not have a win, a W when it comes to Mr. Olympia. When it comes to Hani Rambod's, though, several, right? He used to train Jay Cutler. He also trains the current Mr. Olympia, Phil Heath, all right? However, though, that picture I was referring to, by the way, the picture will be at the bottom. Click on it, you will see what's up. He is training Jay Cutler. And I think the caption was something like, "It's on again," right? There is another run, so pretty much, as far as I understand, Jay Cutler is gunning for a return. And that's what's up. He's being trained by the best. As a matter of fact, when he used to win back in the day, when he was Mr. Olympia, he was under the belt of Hani Rambod, as far as I remember, right? Now, there's another Mr. Olympia, ex-Mr. Olympia, who was training as well, seriously so, posting some videos, some pictures of him, lifting some weights again, namely Ronnie Coleman, 8-time Mr. Olympia. Per a lot of people, he's the best ever, right? Although I have to disagree on that, right? When it comes to complete, he's the strongest. He has some crazy body parts. You cannot remove that. His back is a sight to be seen, only comparable to that of Dorian Yates. Some people say it is better. His quads are the biggest of any Mr. Olympia when it comes to the mass. Biggest period. Probably. You can compare them probably only to a dude like a Big Ramy, right? Although, in the technicality of it, as I mentioned before, I personally do not like the fact that they don't have much details. And I think in bodybuilding, when it comes to aesthetics, there should be something called overgrown. Meaning like a muscle, if it is too big, it's just not suitable. I think that the legs of Big Ramy and those of Ronnie Coleman are a little bit too big, in my opinion, compared to the rest of the physique, and they can hinder the balance. So I personally preferred, as you guys know, the legs of Jay Cutler, right? They have much details, they're big enough, and the separation, the feathers, the striations are pretty much second to none. In my reckoning, they're the best of any Mr. Olympia ever. Period. Take it from back in the day until now, right? That being said, now these guys, let's say they do their job, their homework, and they try to come back. If you know a thing or two, this is like facts, right? I'm not just being biased or being a fanboy here. You need to understand that Ronnie Coleman sustained severe, serious injuries in his body. You cannot even count them. As far as I remember, from top down, if I do recall, left triceps injured, and it still shows. Left lat, that's a big muscle right there. The left part of his back is somehow shattered, right? Some say it was like a nerve injury. I think it was a muscle injury, right? That's two. He also has a damage to his vertebrae. He did surgeries. Needless to say, the dude was lifting some crazy weights. He was rivaling power lifters, right? like 800-pound squats, if I do remember. Those are some serious poundage, right? He was doing like freaking, front lunges with 3 plates. That's a lot. 3 and 3. It was, huge. But that being said, he damaged his vertebrae, did some surgery on it. And I think he also has some hip injury, again, due to those supercharged squats and heavy lifting. Furthermore, if you go down, when he used to come and pose lately, his his legs, meaning the knees, are also suspect. I mean, those humongous legs literally melted. Melted. I mean, it looks like freaking Palombo is 101. But then again, I think it is due to knee injury. Hence, even when he used to train, he used to wrap his knees like crazy. I mean, of course, you cannot be healthy by all measures, even with all the vitamin S. Plus, especially when you take the vitamin S. And by the way, the first dude who spoke about vitamin S is Ronnie Coleman, right? I mean, he was honest about it. Of course, I mean, I do understand the dude is still a businessman. He was still a Mr. O, so he cannot come explicitly saying that he consumes something, right? So he says that basically back in the day when he started lifting, he was natural, and I definitely do believe that. I saw pictures of him when he was young. He was nothing like an impressive dude, right? So when he started, he is gifted genetically, that we know. Needless to say, he's a powerhouse when it comes to genetics. But he thought he was genuine, because that guy is honest. I do salute his, he's a genuine good guy. He thought that everybody was only taking protein or things like that. Next thing you know, Flex, as per his account, Flex told him, bro, if you want to make some serious gains, go ahead and see a dude called Chad Nichols. Now, Chad Nichols is another trainer of back in the 90s. He used to be a bodybuilder as well. And as for that account, the video is, by the way, on YouTube. If you guys know it, please put the link at the bottom so the others will look at it. So when he met that dude, he told him, bro, you need to take some vitamin S, vitamin G, vitamin K, some new vitamins to say the least. So you will make some gains. And guess what? The gains happen, right? I mean, I do recall, I watched the Canada Pro Show of 1996, who was won actually by Ronnie Coleman versus Flex Wheeler. It was like the first time him winning like a big show. Because prior to that, bro, I recall like in 94, 95, he was not a sight to be seen. I mean, you can't even compare him to like freaking Kevin Levroni, Sean Ray, or Flex Wheeler. Dude was like a tier 2 competitor. He was not in the scene, right? He was placing like freaking last one, like 15 or 16 in Mr. O. Next thing you know, 96, bro, he made significant gains. Significant gains. And in 97, he used to, they compared him even to Dorian Yates and Raiden Mr. O. Now, granted, he was not at the same level. But then again, in 98, he came in and they gave him that win, right? Versus Flex Wheeler, even though he has a serious gyno. But that's what's up. The thing is, long story short, dude sustained, in my reckoning, something irreparable damage to his body. You can see him training in that last video he made like a few days ago, like 2 days ago or 3, on Instagram. He used to do those famous, cable curls for his guns. The guns are still there, moderately. Not a sight to be seen as they used to be, but you will notice clearly his left triceps literally melted. He used to have that crazy sweep, like an arch, as flat as Texas, right? I did not see the other body parts, but by no means, I'm not expecting him to be marvelous as he used to be, right? And if they compare him, if he battles versus Jay Cutler, all things being equal, he has absolutely no chance. No chance at this precise moment. Now, better to know, these guys, both of them will not be in that top shape. However, Jay Cutler still has what it takes to crack the top 4 Mr. Olympia. The only problem he has, Jay Cutler, as far as I know, is his biceps. Both of them. I'm not talking about the one he supposedly injured, talking about the left one, the one that was all bluish, but even the right one, which I spoke about lengthily, that one melted. And it also affected the radiobrachialis on his forearm. It also melted. They're still problematic, but it's not something significant that will hinder him if all things are equal. If Henny Rambod, because Henny Rambod is a magician, bro. That dude, I don't know. Truth be told, he's the best out there. when he takes care of somebody, bro, he knows how to bring these guys on. I mean, even the physique guys that he's training, they're the best, right? I mean, the physique guys, bodybuilding, female and male. Hell, I mean, Phil Heath, he fixed him last year, even though I was not rolling for Heath. But truth needs to be told, Phil Heath, in the prejudging, he was absolutely pregnant, the gut Heath. The next day, he fixed him in a significant way. I mean, the gut was still there, but it was not as prominent as it was in basically the pre-judging. And he did that back in the day in the Mr. Olympia where, what's his name, Dexter Jackson won, was in '08. I mean, Jay Cutler was in a terrible shape in the pre-judging, and he fixed him the next day. A lot of people were said he should have won, but his pre-judging condition was so bad. He had like wrinkles and water in the lower back. They had to give it to Dexter Jackson, right? But that's what's up, guys. So if these two guys come back, all things being equal, Jay Cutler has what it takes to be a top Mr. Olympia contender. He can beat guys like Dennis Wolf, of course. He can beat guys like Sean Rodden and even Dexter Jackson, who is older than him. So if he does his job, some stretching. I've seen pictures of him. I mean, he still looks terrific. His chest is definitely full, 3D Del Sol Day. So all things being equal, I'm sorry, Ronnie Coleman still has absolutely no chance to even crack a Mr. Olympia stage. So versus Jay Cutler, he has absolutely no chance because of the damage he sustains throughout his career. That's my take on it, guys. Tell me what you guys think about it. If you have any comments, if I'm right, I'll be waiting for your comments. Have a nice one.